Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we will be talking about how to trade properly. There are 5 points that we will go over, explain them and give a couple of examples as well as showcasing how exactly they are done. The things that we will talk about can be used for any lane, no matter if it is top lane, bot lane, mid lane or even jungle. The 5 points are the following. Get knowledgeable about the champion that you play and play against. Play around your pros and around their cons, and make it as difficult as possible for them to play around your cons and around their pros. Learn wave management / wave manipulation, play around ability cooldowns, both yours and your opponent's, and the last one, positioning. Learn how to position. So let's get on with the examples and break down what we are about to watch. Alright, let's start with the first example. Here I'm playing Yasuo against Ornn. Ornn is a tank that goes for short burst trades or poke trades, looking to hit his Q for some poke, go for a quick burst trade with a W and auto attack, or go for a full combo, which is Q, E, W, auto attack. Or another one is if his target stays close to a wall to go for E, W, auto attack into Q. Him being a tank as well is achieved by getting items. That means the first few levels he is not tanky, because he does not have any items, till he has earned enough gold to buy tanky items. Thus he would like to keep the wave close to his side. Like here for example. The waves level 1 usually meet in the middle of the lane. He would like to only last hit the minions, so the wave pushes closer and closer and closer and closer to his side. This way he becomes much less vulnerable, because there isn't any more space, or there is as little space as possible for me to be able to go for an extended trade. For example, if I will chase him from here, from point A to point B, there is so much space, right? But if I chase him from point C over here to point D, I do not have a lot of space, which means I will not be able to get him low enough to be able to kill him. On the other hand, me as Yasuo, I can go for short burst trades, poke trades or extended trades, depending on the situation and the matchup. In this case, I want to go for extended trades, ideally. I would like the wave to push towards my side, so as in the example that we gave before, if the wave is going to meet in the middle, I would like to last hit the minions always and to line myself up with my minions so Ornn can hit me and my minions at the same time, thus damaging the wave and pushing towards me. Now, that's going to be if the wave is going to meet in the middle. If I'm going to be leashing, like in this example over here, if I won't be leashing like over here as we can see, I would go immediately at lane and I will pull the wave. I'll go at lane, and once the wave was going to be coming towards the lane, I will come over here, pull it like this, and the waves would meet exactly at this point. Because of the even minion rule, it makes the enemy wave push towards my side much faster, because the minions from Ornn's side will start attacking my minions much sooner than my minions attacking Ornn's minions. So that's what I would ideally like to do in this lane. So I can get the wave to be closer and closer and closer and closer to my side, and eventually when the wave will come approximately in this area, give or take, I'll be able to go for an extended trade, because I will have so much space to chase him. I will be able to go for the extended trade, stacking up my lethal tempo, getting my Q cooldown to be lower because I will be having more attack speed, and this way I'll be able to look for the kill or Ornn, or to either get him low enough so he has to recall, go back to base, and TP back to lane while I have the wave force on my side, which makes him really vulnerable. Because next time I do get a trade like this and he'll be low enough, I will either kill him or he once again has to recall, and if he does recall, I will do the following. So from here, I will get the wave to push towards his side as fast as possible so I can get the crush. Once the crush will happen, there is going to be a bounce back and I'll be able to get the freeze once again. This way I keep myself very safe from ganks, because I'll be able to be very close to my tower. And not only that, but Ornn is going to be really vulnerable to ganks as well, because he's going to be far up on the lane, which makes him much more vulnerable and open to ganks. Getting ahead against a tank this early will allow me to compensate for his tankiness later on, with more damage, attack speed and critical strike, making it more doable for me to kill him. Quick interruption of the video. Do you want to level up your gameplay and get the results you've been dreaming of? Join my mentorship program, where you will learn how to play the game at its highest level. The first 100 people to sign up today will get 30 extra minutes. Join the already satisfied students with great and fast results. Try 100% risk-free and get a full refund if you will not be satisfied. Link in the description below. Now back to the video. So let's watch this and break down everything that will be happening. So I leashed and immediately went back to lane. Line up for the minions to get them with my Q. Now Ornn is looking for this minion over here. So what I do is I stay behind this minion, not way too close, not way too far, so he can still be comfortable enough to walk up and get this, while I will have the opportunity to poke him with my Q. And this way, right now, with how everything is with the waves, if I Q him from this distance, so from here to here, if I hit my Q, I will not pull any minion aggro. Otherwise, if I was gonna pull any, I would not go for the Q even if it was going to be free, because then his minions will start attacking me and not my wave. Meaning that my wave will start pushing towards him because his minions will start losing more and more HP, being on a disadvantage. So let's keep on watching. Sometimes as well, what you guys can do is if you would like to poke your opponent, down when the minions that he's going to be looking for are close to the bushes, so let's say approximately like here in this area, what you can do is you can come close to the bush like that. Let's say Ornn will come for this one. I'll be staying over here. I will go for the Q and I will immediately go inside the bush. This way I will immediately drop any aggro that I have pulled from his wave, and there is not going to be any effect on where the waves are pushing. So let's resume. As we can see, I'm only last hitting the minions once they get very low on HP. Never actively pushing, because like we said, I need the wave to be closer on my side. In this case, there are going to be two things that can happen because the waves met at the middle. What's going to happen is either the waves are going to push towards my side, or they will come closer and closer and closer, but in a much more slower pace towards me. That is still going to be beneficial for me. That will be the worst case scenario that can happen in this case, because instead of the wave being here at around 3 minutes, let's say, it will be here. I will still have enough space to chase him, but it will not be as much as it will be from here. Does that make sense? So once again, I pulled some aggro because I was in front of my minions. Immediately went inside the bush. Now I know he's looking for this minion and this one. So what do? I stay in front of them and see how he went for the Q both on me and my minions as well. That's what I was talking about before. Now he's slow pushing towards me. It's a really slow push. Now he used Q once again for the minions to get them. His Q is on cooldown. Now looking to contest this cannon when he'll be walking up for it, if I will have an opportunity to do so. In this case I don't, because if I go for the Q I will hit his minions as well. This one and this one, which is not lined up with what I'm planning to do. And now when he's this far up and he's focusing the minion, while he's going for the auto attack, if you notice, he's currently in an auto attack animation. That's why I go in during this time, because he's during an animation, which means he cannot really do anything else. Thus I have a very slight advantage this way immediately. Also, something else to notice, I did have one Q stack before I went in, so when I go immediately like that, I have my Q3, then I chase him in front of him, I have my Q3 coming up, and I time my Q3 when he went for the auto attack right after his W. Okay, so this is very important to keep in mind, because when he goes for W and then for auto attack, what happens is I get CC'd during this auto attack, right? Because of his cookie from W. And when I use my Q3 during this time, while I'm going to be CC'd, he's going to be CC'd as well, which is something very important. Right, so here we go for this. He makes a small mistake clicking in front of me. Here we get Q3 again. And now what I am about to do is the following. So he will have as little time as possible to react on my Q3. And for me to be able to get the Q3 auto attack plus ignite to be able to kill him, what I do is I buffer my EQ3. And with Yasuo, his Q3 or just his Q in general, when it is going to be at 0.5 seconds or below, when you will E, that will mean that your Q is going to reset. So take a look. So I immediately flash into EQ3. He's not able to react. I get my Q3 plus ignite, dash out, and we get a kill, right? And we just stuck to the things that we were talking about in the beginning of the video. Getting knowledge about the champion that we play and we play against. Playing around the pros and around their cons, as difficult as possible for them to play around your cons and around their pros. Learning about wave management, how exactly the waves work and wave manipulation. Playing around ability cooldowns, which we said is very important, both our ability cooldowns and theirs, and also positioning. If you guys notice, we did all of that in this video, as we can see in the case. Within 2 minutes, we did all of that and we were able to score a kill. And at this point, because we got the kill, we would like to make sure that the wave pushes as fast as possible towards his side, so it can crash and we can get a clean reset without only being able to get freeze. Now here I use my W because I was expecting him to go for a Q on me. Now I got Q3 holding some distance so I can make it as difficult as possible for him to hit his Q and slow me down, thus being able to hit his E afterwards into W and kill me. And during this whole time, my wave is attacking him. I get my Q3 over here, and even though he got his TP and he came back to lane with full HP, because we played properly and we were anticipating some certain things from his side, we played in such way where it became as difficult as possible for him to achieve what he wanted. Now we're going to be able to get the recall, quickly fast forward, get the recall, buy items, come back to our lane, slow pushing towards us. And during this time, because he's still slow pushing the wave, as we can see over here, I quickly checked about what Ornn is going to be looking to do. Is he damaging the wave consistently or not? As we can see here, he's not. He's just slowly pushing the wave and last hitting the minions, trying to build up a big wave. And during this time, I utilize this so I can get Scuttle and place down some vision, potentially use the resources that they got from their side, so like this vision plant, let's say, to check their topside jungle, which we cannot see right now, but approximately here, blue, Gromp, and wolves. You can check those camps as well in case they're going to be up, or you can spot the enemy jungler. In this case, we know where the enemy jungler is. He was on bot lane and he just died. Continuing with that, we quickly get Scuttle. Denying Scuttle this way as well from the enemy jungler, while he will be on top side the next time he's about to come over here. And now what we want to do is look to thin out the wave as much as possible. Now I pulled off some aggro towards me, which meant I immediately had to go inside the bush just like I did. And here we'll have another opportunity for a kill. So remember, now Ornn has no Q, so his Q is down, his W is down, and only his E is left back up, right? And his E, from here, let's say, he'll be able to get here. And with Yasuo, because of my E, I'll be able to catch up. I will go like this, then immediately like this, right? Come over here by walking, and get the angle to dash towards him and get as close as possible, or something like that. So let's see what I do in this case. So going, I have my Q3 stacked up, go in front of him, be able to catch him, get the Q3, and there we go. Quick and easy kill. And this is how you win lane within the first 3 levels, pretty much. Or in this case, 5 once we got back to lane. But all of this was possible to be done just because we played the first 3 levels properly. We had a plan, we stuck to it firmly, and we executed everything as it was supposed to be executed. This way you can get such a lead, and afterwards, if you can be able to use that lead to snowball, your games are going to be much, but much easier. If you guys will have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to answer them. If you would like to see more of my videos, make sure to hit the notification bell. If you would like to support what I do as well, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and like the video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to share this video with anybody who you think will be able to benefit from all that has been talked about up to this point. And I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.
What did the girl play? Oh yeah, I'm proud of you. too fast, life moving in slow mo. I'm a god, but I actually don't know. Homie, better put your pride aside. I'm a Benz, get more like a Volvo.